Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Emily Powell, an energy healing practitioner and intuitive, and this is Release and Rise Healing. It's Wellness Wednesday. We do this every Wednesday. We're doing a healing event every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and today we're doing energy sessions. So either an energy reading or some energy work to help clear some stuff, or a healing session or a combo. We can do both at the same time. In fact, we can even use the Healy can scan with the Healy, identify some blocks, and then with energy work and intuition, go into and understand, expound, and help. Not just the Healy will send frequencies to support the system in processing those blocks. And energy work is way faster at getting in there, identifying, and helping to process and shift. So that's what we're doing today. You can leave a comment to receive a free session. And in the meantime, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Schumann resonance. Hello. Hi, Kaylee from North Carolina. Aw, I've been thinking about North Carolina lately, and I've got some people who live there and they love it. Hello, Jane. Welcome. Okay, so feel free to start leaving a comment if you'd like a session, what type of session you'd like, and also what issue you would like looked at. So emotional, physical, relational, financial, mental, anything. We can see if there's any energetic imbalances contributing to that issue being present, or if there's anything that can be cleared to help you move forward, or if you have a certain goal that you'd like to reach that you have been feeling stuck on, or that you're just not, feels like there's something in the way or something fighting you. Same thing. We can do a session on that, identify if there's any energetic blocks in the way or any energetic shifts that we could facilitate that would support you resonating with that goal and being able to move towards it. Hey, Christopher, welcome. Okay, but before we get into sessions today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Schumann resonance, which is a measurement of the Earth's magnetic field. And it's been changing. It's been changing for quite a while. And it is now at a frequency, at a point that it's never been at before, which has been the case for quite several years now. It's continuing to shift and change. And energetically, let me fix that. Some things are gonna keep catching my eye if I don't. A little distracting for myself. So what happens when the Earth's energy field and magnetic field continues to shift in frequency and continues to change? It's raising in frequency. It's actually changing frequency. And as that happens, wherever your personal frequency is, you're going to experience the Earth shift in a certain way. So if anyone's familiar with Power versus Force, Dr. Hawkins' book, and the Scale of Consciousness, he was the first physicist to actually measure frequencies of different things, and he's made a scale of the emotions and their frequency. Shame is like at the bottom, it's right next to death. It's like the lowest thing ever. And then it goes all the way through jealousy, anger, pride. Yeah, I think pride's above anger. Gratitude, love, bliss, enlightenment, and you can actually measure the frequency of different emotions. So you can also, every object has a frequency to it, every plant has a frequency to it, every word, every color, and we are currently experiencing our energy field, and our energy field is kind of the sum total of all of our stuff, all of our positive beliefs, all of our negative beliefs. Every moment that we pause and tune into gratitude and feel ourselves with gratitude, any emotional baggage, any trapped emotions of any negative trapped emotions, the food we're eating, everything adds up to our sum total. And so we can actually ask and muscle test and ask your system, what are you currently resonating at? On a scale of consciousness, on any frequency scale, what is your current sum total? And which is interesting to do. And Dr. Hawkins talks about it in that book, Power versus Force. So if we clean out our baggage and clean out our emotional baggage, trapped emotions, negative beliefs, and if we input positive things, new really high frequency beliefs, more high frequency emotions, more high frequency foods, then we can actually raise our our personal frequency. And people who are currently resonating at different levels along that scale experience very different health, very different emotional states, very different outlooks, because whatever we're currently resonating at is going to affect our lens of how we see the world. If we see the world as dangerous, bleak, abundant, joyful, blissful, it totally factors in. So that is like my favorite thing in life, is that we're not stuck, that we can change, and that is what I've dedicated my entire life to, is figuring out how can I raise my frequency? Is it possible? What are all the different modalities? What are all the different ways that and actions and choices we can make that can actually change our state and help us heal and raise to higher frequencies? Okay, so coming back, the Earth's energy field is shifting. And in my experience, how I would describe the energy is that as it shifts, um, anything that's a low frequency will become increasingly intolerable, will get heavier. So a trapped emotion of shame is already heavy. And that's not going to feel good. And in the background, the body's going to feel the weight of trapped emotion of shame and the effect that it has and the chain reaction it has of taking us into that experience more often, feeling that as a reaction to things that didn't really call for it, creating more experiences where we'll feel shame again and more shame will get trapped. Anywho, so carrying a trapped emotion of shame is already really heavy, but if the Earth's energy field shifts and the frequency rises higher than that, then that's going to get extra heavy. And it's going to get just increasingly heavier and heavier and heavier unless we clean it out. So that is my message today, that it's so extremely worthwhile to clean out our baggage, to upgrade, to up level, to identify where we have okay. My internet just flickered. Okay, I'm back. To identify where we have false beliefs and help heal them, go through the process of whatever's needed to heal them, and input truth beliefs, as well as our food, our lifestyle, our thoughts, our emotions, how we interact with people. If we interact in a very low frequency way and say low frequency things to each other, or if we engage in a positive way that's heart centered, that allows the heart energy to flow, we get to keep changing and transforming indefinitely. I believe we have no ceiling. We have no limit to our potential, to our growth. So that is what I do in general, is support people and cheer them on as they are going through their process of cleaning out, releasing, and rising higher, and inputting more nutritious energy, more nutritious perspectives, beliefs, experiences, to keep raising their frequency. And it's pretty amazing. There's really, really amazing and awe-inspiring stories of what's possible with that. I've been thinking of making a YouTube channel about what's possible. Okay, all right, so now let us start. Today we're doing energy sessions to help you guys, give you a little mini session, give you some support in whatever you're working on, and whatever you're working on clearing out or adding in. That is what we will do. I'll repeat. You can either do a Healy session or an energy session, or just ask your system what the top priority is of what would be the most useful to work on, or you can list an issue or a goal that you're currently working on and you'd like some help. And then with whatever tools or abilities I have, I'd be happy to help you out. Okay, so let's start that out. Okay, Jane is up first. I wonder if IFS parts are frequency shifts or set points. Ooh, okay, very good question. And I can share my perspective, which is just my perspective. In my experience, an IFS part, if it's a true fragment, it's a break in our psyche or in our energy system. That a piece of our energy system literally fractured and separated slightly or a lot, and it's kind of being held, is it is not fully connected to the whole system. So it's like breaking off a piece of your system and saying, "Oi, you're in charge of holding this really negative energy from this wound that's really overwhelming, and I can't really bear to keep it to store it in my system and just keep feeling it all the time. Whew, so I need to like put it into storage." There you go. And it's like putting the pain and the trauma energy of a situation into storage and just a little bit away from the system. And every once in a while, it'll blend with the system. It'll come back and we'll get in contact with it and we'll feel it and we'll feel the emotions, we'll feel the trauma, we'll feel the beliefs, the memories, everything that's being stored in that trauma piece. And we'll go, wow, I don't know why suddenly I'm so angry. I'm yelling and I can't control myself. Or I don't know why I'm so shy and I am hopeless and I can't shake out of it. I don't know why. It's because we'll actually blend with all the trauma energy that's in that and we'll be feeling it. So in my experience with a true fragment, if we take it and help finish the healing process for whatever energy is stored in it, which will be emotions, some beliefs, and trauma energy of whatever the experience was. And if we help the system complete the process on healing that, and then reintegrate it, reconnect it to the system, it's fantastic. And when that happens, we also regain access to whatever gifts or knowledge is also being stored in that piece. And when it comes back into our energy field, we get to experience the positive and also the more completion. The system doesn't work well when there's pieces broken off. So in my experience, a fragment or a part, IFS calls them parts, is holding a bunch of low frequency energy, as well as some really positive energy of like there's always gifts and capabilities, in my experience, involved. Yeah. So in my experience, the only way to get all the way up is to heal all of your fragments and reintegrate them. And that's actually a way to really experience a lot of healing quickly because they're a big deal. Having a piece of your energy system broken, and holding a whole bunch of stuff will have a really big, healing that has a really big impact. Clearing one trapped emotion that got trapped last week during that one experience that was kind of overwhelming, that will have like a miniature percentage boost in offloading some heavy energy. But healing a fragment it's just huge, like the quantity of stuff that can clear and also the quantity of improvement in your system that can happen by having that broken piece of the system back in place. So that's my experience. And I also do fragmentation healing in energy sessions. We can either do it where the client is the one really tuned in and visualizing, getting in touch with the fragment, or I can do it with energy work, which is faster, but it's just a different modality, different approach. In fact, the subconscious mind and your energy field knows everything. We can even ask it, how many fragments do you have? What percent of your energy field is totally complete in you? And it's like integrated, you're with it right now. And then what percent has been broken off into all these little pieces that need to get reintegrated? What age did they fragment at? How big are they? Sometimes it's just a little tiny piece, a little fragment. It's pretty fascinating. So healing your fragments and reintegrating them and clearing all of your foundational false core limiting beliefs and forgiving are seriously some of the fastest ways to make massive progress, as like quickly as possible. Okay. I'm not an IFS practitioner. I love it to pieces. I think it's brilliant and it's worded and described so well. And I highly recommend IFS books. My favorite ones are Self-Therapy, Healing Your Inner Child Using IFS. It's got a long title. And that one teaches all about that and like provides all of the structure and the perspectives and then helps give examples for you to be able to connect into and notice your own parts and also the process of how you can heal them on your own. And then my other favorite IFS book is You Are the One You've Been Waiting For, and about comprehending our core self, our fragmented pieces, and another person's in relationship. So in a relationship, and comprehending like when they get blended and hijacked by a part and have a huge reaction that they have a hard time controlling. It's not about you. It's like, oh, look at them. Yeah, they're currently connected with one of their fragments that needs healing. I hope that they go heal it. And it's fantastic. Me and my husband have integrated that into our marriage, and it's like so insanely connecting and beautiful. It's so beautiful and vulnerable and divine. And now, whenever one of us we're having experience and one of us gets triggered, we go, "Oh, I notice I'm triggered. Would you like to hold space for me to process this?" And if not, because like it might trigger each other, then we'll go, "I'll go off by myself for a little bit and do the whole process of identify, okay, what is this fragment? What is its beliefs? What is it carrying? What are its needs? How can I heal it?" Go through the process and come back and share it with them of like, man, can I tell you about that part? I understand it now. It came from this, da 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 da. And it's just so connecting. It's so divinely beautiful. Okay, next up, Ash.